You're still not immune to my bullshit though.
Oh, God. So yeah, how's your week been?
You know what? My week was fine until yesterday when we had that failed episode.
I know. That was just crazy. We were literally so geared up, and it was all going really, really well. And then it
was
just
background
went
noise.
pear-shaped.
There's background noise. I almost headbutted someone. Someone would have ended up in them general.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it was in time-lapse mode.
Oh no! Can you imagine?
35 bloody minutes.
So we've literally filmed for a whole 35 minutes and said, "Oh, let's check it." That's through the frustration throughout the filming, and then we've gone to have a look and we've seen that it's in time-lapse.
Please, you don't understand. Fuming. I was fuming. Did you check out that little fat white woman? Did you check the woman? She's the one that goes, I'm fuming.
No, I didn't.
Oh, mate, you should have checked it out. It's a meme. Literally, I was fuming. Saturday morning blues, bro.
So we've got to do it all again now, basically. It's all good.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all
To
good.
be fair, it didn't go to plan before that happened, so whatever happens, happens. So anyway.
Did we actually formally introduce ourselves? Even though I know everybody knows us now, but still.
They don't, do they?
Okay, then again.
Right, we've got 200 subscribers, and where are you hiding? We need more.
Because we know that you're watching.
I'm fed up with seeing my insights on Instagram. 800 people having a little look but not liking it. You taking the piss?
Yeah, it's how it goes though. I think we're in a trend now of not liking. We just view.
I like everything.
I know I like everything.
Mostly women's pictures.
I don't like everything actually. Really.
Oh, on Instagram there's always a bum shaking. You just go into the search bar on my phone.
And
there's twerking. So I'm just like, anything with a nice bunda. Whoop, 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 whoop. Big list. It's a man thing.
No,
So I could be
you know
married
what?
with 3 kids.
If I see a nice, dark, handsome guy on my feed,
She's giving out
I'll be tempted
a
to
type.
feed it.
So
You could just go.
Yeah,
Then you'll see me like tapping away. So it's not a man thing, but I get what you're saying.
Women, dirty too, right? It's not just us men. Let's start recording the lives and that and send it into the group chat. Look at this, boys. It ain't us. Women are worse.
No, I'm not.
So all them men out there that send dick pics, no, it goes into the group chat for women. And you're pissed if you're just normal.
Well, do you know what? Don't send them.
Just send a picture of your six-pack if you've got one.
And if you're going to send them, don't send your face.
Have you had any with face?
Loads.
What, like face? Like just swinging it in his hand with face?
I've had loads of pics.
Wow.
I don't get them anymore though, but in the past I've had them.
You don't get them anymore till now.
Don't you remember back in the days, like everyone was doing it, like sending those pics?
I think for it's bad, but I actually sent a dick pic to one of my girl mates at the time to say, is this good enough to send out? She went, yes, and then I sent it out.
Oh my God.
Looking back, how crazy is that?
I don't even know, but when it's cringe.
At least you didn't keep it.
It's cringe.
Did you keep it?
Who are you talking to?
Don't know. But what made me laugh was when I did do it, she went, oh, it's a bit big, innit? I went, it's the angle.
Oh, whatever.
It's the angle. It's the angle. No. It's full angle. I swear to you, it's full angle. I'm normal sized. Anything you see that was bigger in pictures, or if there's a bit of a lump in my trousers, half the time it's just angles. I wish.
Right.
I wish I was out here like Chris Brown. Dappy. Dappy's like that. You must have seen Dappy naked.
No.
Well, not naked, but when he flashed it, it's almost touched his kneecaps. And again, he's 4 foot, so it wouldn't take much to hit his kneecap, would it?
No, I haven't.
No, yeah, it's a bit mad. I saw it on Big Brother. Fucking mental. Other people know what I mean. Yeah, it was falling out the bottom of his... I was like, nah, bruv, you're different. No wonder he's a womaniser. I always thought, like, how is he getting...
Married, isn't he? Married with kids, is it?
No. So him and his baby mum drama. He has dramas with women. I think he's got a girlfriend now, but he always has drama. He's just he's dramatic. Everything about him is
dramatic.
dramatic. Sorry,
Dramatic.
it's the Cockney in me.
I'm just having a look around at the
English grammar police.
Yeah, I am a grammar police.
Proper, talk proper when you're in front of
But
me.
let's officially introduce ourselves.
Yeah, because it's all comfort now.
Yeah, it's all comfort. So, hi everyone. My name's Ray, and I'm one part of the You Can't Say That podcast. And who are you?
I'm the extra. No, I'm joking. My name's Evan Taylor. I'm also an host on You Can't Say That. We've got through a few episodes now, haven't we?
Yes,
we're getting there.
We're getting there, and we're getting
subscribers.
We're getting into our comfort zone now,
yes.
and people are viewing, they're commenting, they're leaving, feedback.
On the wrong bloody thing comments, by the way. YouTube comments, please. Instagram's fine, but without YouTube comments, I want to be trending. I'm just really greedy.
I think it takes time though. It's a process.
I'm just
people don't just because
I want it now.
You want it now.
I want it all.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but it's a gradual process. I think the
That's the rock star in me.
I think, yeah. I think people just need to get used to seeing us like on the screen. Do you know what I mean? We need to be discussing. We need to be discussing current issues and things that are interesting, because it's all well and good chatting, but if you're chatting shit, it's just.
I don't know. I feel like if we chatted more shit, we'd probably be a bit further.
Do you think so?
Of course, that's the internet,
Right.
isn't it? It's that 1 minute of craziness to get
people like
10,000 views.
Yeah. But anyway, we keep it real.
We're getting them.
Yeah, we keep it real. We keep it real. So yeah, guys, thank you for your support as always. We always appreciate you. So yeah, I think today we're going to be talking about the vaccine. The vaccine. Yeah, I mean, oh my god.
We'll do it together.
The vaccine. Oh my gosh, this vaccine. So I don't know what is going on right now, but
I know that you're not feeling it at all. Me,
yeah.
I'm 50-50.
Yeah. Why are you 50-50? Why do you think it might be a good
without
thing?
certain vaccines, I probably wouldn't have a mum at the minute. I probably wouldn't. I might not have been here. Like in things like TB, inject. But then again, I guess this vaccine is different to anything else. Flu jab. This vaccine is totally different. Apparently, it's not. They're sort of adding something.
Yeah.
To destroy it. That's alien to the human body. So even though you could already get COVID that's alien to us, you want to add another T something in there, what our bodies need to get used to. So ain't we going to be fighting the wrong thing? What happens if we fight what you're putting in to help? How does our body know the difference?
Well, that's why they're doing clinical tests, isn't it?
I said it's safe.
They've said it's safe.
They've said it's safe.
So they've confirmed already that it's safe.
90% everyone's fine. But then again, these are the same guys that created citric acid somehow.
And how long have they actually even been doing the clinical tests?
Well, it would have been probably from January or March, wouldn't it? From when they got asked to. Got their funding. Well, they don't need funding. They're multi-billionaires. Okay,
so even if it had started when COVID started, it's still not enough. The time frame of where they're testing it on people to make sure that it's ready for us worldwide, it's not long enough as far as I'm concerned.
They rush it all the time.
They do rush it, and I feel like it's definitely just for profit, because look at the track record of the company. So the company's Pfizer, if you don't know already, they're the ones that are producing this vaccine for us. And by the way, they don't actually have enough for everyone. So the market is still open. That video freaks me out. The market is still open for others to actually bid and come in with another.
Apparently, Russia's got one.
Vaccine. It's mad.
So Russia's got one. Apparently, China's got a vaccine, but we've gone with the big pharma one, the UK, right? Or they're still deciding, because Boris said too soon to say anything. So that means he probably don't trust any vaccine out there.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't trust him. So either way, it's all a big circle of lies and money, isn't it? So who would you prefer? Would you prefer to trust Big Pharma from America, who are absolute scum and kill people for the fun of it and make out like they didn't? Then you've got Russia, no one knows what the hell goes on in their bloody domain of government because we're not allowed to see it. They're very secretive, gangsters. In China, I mean, they bloody lied about it escaping in the first place. That's why the lad man's gone, didn't he? Disappeared just like that. So what's going on?
I think the people at the top. I mean, we're just the little people at the bottom that are just, you know, gonna have to take all of these things. They're gonna exactly
Inject us and let us run around in that little thing that we call
along with everything else that they do, you know, to us. But what I'm saying to you is that I think now it's just alarming because look at all the information that we're getting out about the doctors and the nurses and all of these conspiracy theorists that are already coming out with information that the vaccine, COVID, is not real, and you know, the vaccine is just to put stuff in us that can control us.
Talk about so
and
far
the figures that are, you know, apparently on the system for us to look at deaths because of COVID are exaggerated, and it's not the case. There's so much information, so I can't say to you what's true and what's not. What I can say to you is that it definitely opens up a discussion. It allows me personally to ask questions. Well, hold on, that doesn't sit right, and that doesn't sit right. So I'm not comfortable to just hobble on to the doctors and say, yeah, give me the vaccine. I'm not comfortable to do that. No, I think people are.
I think the ones that are scared. I think the ones that
But then a lot of people are scared.
The ones that don't have social media access, I guess.
A lot of people are scared, and those are the people that are going to run to the doctors or wherever, the test centres, and get the vaccine.
Well, they're talking about, you know, in Newham, they've got the Excel Centre. Obviously, they turned that into Nightingale Hospital. They're thinking about bringing that back to do mass vaccinations. Because obviously, within Newham, a lot of older people. Yeah. So they're talking about 85s and healthcare workers. So, but now, I've heard through a grapevine that they want everyone to slowly start taking it, or you can't travel.
That's going to affect me big time, because I'm a traveller. But if there's another way
She's
around,
not a traveller as in Jippo, that's my kind of thing. She's on about she actually goes places and sees a beach. I'll go and see a caravan. That's different.
Yeah, but there's got to be an alternative, because I think what they'll do, they can't just force it on people, and there's definitely going to be people that will be like, no, they're going to be against it. So you've got to be able to have an alternative for them. But I think what's going to happen is slowly but surely they're going to start taking away entitlements for us.
Accept what's next
until you take that vaccine, because so for instance, like you say, travel, they might turn around and say, well, or countries now might turn around and say, well, if you actually don't have this vaccine or proof of that you've had this vaccine, then you cannot enter our country. You cannot go and do particular work. Like all frontline staff, I feel like you are going to have to take that vaccine, because you are dealing with people who are...
I don't think they trust it. Did you honestly think people in the NHS for the last 8 months stressed out of their nuts trying to deal with everything, different wards, like I heard at one point through grapevine, through someone I know works for the NHS, that if you're working in one ward, sometimes they was moving you to another, so you have to quickly get changed, get cleaned in like over and go straight. That's crazy.
And I know of places that had, you know, showers outside before you enter into a ward. You take a shower and then you come out, shower, go into the next ward. But the thing is, people are working long hours.
Double shifts.
They're working double shifts.
They're doing 12s as well.
14s.
They're doing 14s.
14s. They're doing 14-hour shifts. They are, you know, they're not getting to spend time with their family. They are actually, depending on how deep you really want to take this, they are then bringing that risk back into the household, because they're going home amongst their own children, and then they're doing that repetition over and over again. So they're the ones that are really at risk, you know, amongst those that are already sick. What my concern is, no doubt people are sick and people are dying with contributory factors of COVID, but I think the actual figures that are saying that people are dying because of COVID, I think that's questionable, Aaron.
I think, no. So on that point, I think the virus can definitely be deadly, even if I think it depends on how it attacks the body. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. Like me as being a bit overweight, if I got it, I'd probably suffer worse than what you would, or maybe because I've have like slight asthma as well.
Yeah. So if you've got an underlying condition, then it might attack you more than it might attack me.
It affects the lung straight away.
Yeah.
So I'd be in trouble.
So and again, so people who are already unwell and people who have underlying conditions,
not the healthiest of people,
of people, or elderly, you know, they are more likely to suffer if the virus attacks them.
So it might not necessarily be the cause of death, and that's the issue.
And that's the issue.
They write down. I'm
that's
sure
the
it's to do with insurance.
And
you know,
yeah. Trump even said it. Did you hear what he said? He made a comment about saying, he said something about if you write on the death certificate COVID, you get like something like $2,000 more.
He said that to get votes near the end, but he's telling the truth
Yeah,
because he knows he's leaving. He knows what he was doing. He's going, I'm leaving office, so I'm going to let all the shit spill. I'm a businessman.
Yeah, and he is a businessman.
He's a business, so he knows when he leaves. I bet you he's bought into these flipping sods that have got the vaccine. Because
Pfizer.
I heard he's actually part of it. I heard he's involved. So when he leaves here, let's not act like he's going to earn millions again.
Yeah.
He's not silly. He's not silly. He was never for people. He's for economy. So he built the economy up the best he could do himself.
But it's all for business.
It's all for business. They're all
it's all for
and the NHS and our government. The NHS is for the people, but the government is for themselves and the economy. So all that happens next is that exact thing. Our government want structure and money. We want healthy people, and so do our workers in the NHS. That's why they gave this new minimum wage up to £10, right? But how about the NHS staff? Because we've been saying that since the beginning. Where's their money?
They're underpaid.
But they want to bring normal workers' money up. And then talking about extra taxes.
And I've heard, you know, people talking, you know, people high up within NHS that say that, you know, even their system is flawed. It's very flawed, and sometimes if you don't have morals and a conscience,
you won't care.
You won't care, and you'll be doing things that you shouldn't even be doing, but you're doing it just because you're supposed to do it. And you need to be in budget no matter what. So if you lose that person on life support, who cares? Just make sure you run. Make sure you're always in profit. Make sure you're always balanced. Because I find like the NHS gets drained of money for silly things. If that makes sense. Definitely.
And I saw a comment to do with Newham General where a gentleman said every nurse in Newham General, he made it about Nigerian women only because I think he's just got an issue. Obviously he's got an issue. But I just commented back and said, or maybe it's because they're overworked, underpaid, and deal with unnecessary drama in Newham General. Half of the people that go in there on a weekend are drunks and crackheads. They're not. There's nothing wrong with them. It's through choice. So at what point does a nurse get tired of hearing the same thing? Why am I still waiting? Why? Because there's all these people. And at what point does a nurse have to keep on smiling at you if she's stressed?
But then again, I don't think I get what you're saying, and I think the system is so old as well, the NHS system. I feel like people and systems are set in their ways. So right now, I feel like change has to be created. Out with the old, in with the new. Let's make new rules. Let's make new regulations. Let's think more about the people and what is better for us as a whole. Yeah, I think sometimes systems that are in place, and like I said, budgets, okay, we need to spend on this, we need to spend on that. We don't necessarily need to spend on this. Let's scrap that and let's introduce something else that is actually going to benefit us. So I think we're using a system that has been so old that we haven't actually tried to upgrade it, if that makes sense.
It's as if all the people in charge of the wards sit there on their ivory horse.
Yes.
Or maybe not all of them, but some of them feel like they're pressured to make the same decisions as what people above them in the board. Because remember, the NHS have a board. It's like any company. There's someone on top. So if from the top it's coming down and they're asking all these questions, the thing that worries me is they've been saying for a long time about shorter shifts and then rotation shifts, and then they turn around and say we've not got enough NHS workers to go into them pockets. But you left the EU, and a lot of our staff, especially like junior nurses, a lot more trained from in Europe than what they do in our own country. But that's our government's fault. Yeah, you can't blame people coming from over in Europe to do jobs, because I feel like that's the thing that's happened since the 60s, where the government have us all fighting each other, but all they do is talk about changing something, but they always are in profit. Yeah. Because they're putting themselves first. Yeah, they're scum. I don't mind calling the government scum, because as humans they just look after themselves. They're very selfish. Yeah. So with the vaccine, has the United Kingdom even bought the vaccine yet? Or are they still waiting to buy it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually fully confirmed, but I know that he's talked about the is it the director or the head of whoever he is anyway, this guy, he's now said that he's confident that it's 90% safe. Did you say it's 90? He said it's
90% productive. So for me, it's not safe. Nothing's safe after 8 months. So whatever he says is a waste man. Yeah. What he means is all the people that we've had as test subjects haven't come back with anything yet. But it's been 8 months.
It's been 8 months, exactly. And also, if you think about it, their track record, like we said, is not very good. And
2.8 billion.
Now imagine, even if, let's say for instance, 90% it's okay. If they turn around, they're making so much money that even if 15 or 20 or even 100 cases come back where there's been adverse effects and people have suffered or died or whatever, they've already made so much money that in order to, settle these people, it's fine.
All their investors.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all their
investors. It's nothing to pay off a few people, because you've already made tenfold that amount of money anyway.
That you showed me got it spot on. Within the shares market and the fluctuation of the market is in shares and buys and trades in general, have you noticed that they're always top? Yeah. So you've got all these other pharmaceutical companies that ain't they ain't got the money. So see what money does, and then they all build into it. So America's structure has always been around their pharmaceuticals. Yeah. That's why they will never have a free healthcare system. But I get worried that us over in the UK seem to think our healthcare is the same as America's. It's not. We buy vaccines, but we have more legislation stopping us from just giving it out. So unless leaving the EU changes that, what people are saying it might do, they might be able to legally get round things more. And that's why people are scared of the government. Because when you're part of something, you've got to follow the rules. When you're no longer part of it, all these human rights acts and all these other things that the EU put in, do they stay or do they go? Can they just start? Can the UK start again and start coming up with new ways to manipulate the people? Yeah. So I'm still 50-50. I still think there needs to be a vaccine, because even if it's not deadly, it is to some, and I'd rather there be something in case it ever came back, because let's be honest, it got let out of a lab. It got taken out.
It's man-made.
It's man-made. So for me,
let it out.
When people say about population control and these little bots in vaccines, I find it very you've got to use common sense with this as well. You can't be smoking weed and drinking these and saying stuff. You've got to be very straightforward and balanced. That sort of stuff, even if it was to happen, it'd be MI5 trying to get information from other countries. They're not going to bother with the everyday person to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to be level-headed. I think another 2 years, it should be another 2 years before they try testing
And
this
roll it
vaccine.
out.
2 years minimum.
And I think if it's something that's going to be part of our lives, and it's going to be something that is going to be rolled, we live with, 2 years is not a long time. What is the rush? Do you know what I mean? Like 8 months, and all of a sudden you want to just
all they care about is the economies.
Yeah.
That's what they. I understand it. We
but you know what you need to do? Stop. You know, all of these lights that you're putting up at Bond Street, and we don't need it.
Christmas lights, because you can't go out, mate.
We can't even go out. But
you put all the Christmas lights up. You can't leave your house alone. All right, or just sit indoors and Google bloody map it. You know when you go on the Google and you get the camera and you go down the street.
I'm telling you, all the lights. Like, you guys ain't got money.
Even Rathbone, they put it all up down in Canton. They put all the lights up, and you just go. I thought we weren't allowed that, mate.
Their priorities are wrong, and their priorities are about themselves. It's not about the people. And I think I keep saying about the people. I feel like a lot of us now are, you know, we are making a conscious effort to actually stand up to the government, stand up to the people at the top, in order to actually have our voice heard. It's not even just about having our voice heard, Erin. It's about us actually coming together and forcing change. And that needs to happen because, all right, we talk about the New World Order, we just talk about the way that technology is forcing us to move into new ways of doing things and whatever.
For us, it's easier because they've made it, but for them, it's better to track.
Yeah, of course.
Because at what point does a national insurance number get out of date? It's out of date. A national insurance number's out of date for them. They can't follow your every movement.
No.
That's why they bought the Oyster card.
Yeah.
Register your Oyster card, because then if you lose it, we'll give you it back. No, it's so you can see who's using, where you're going.
Use your bank card.
Because the points of what they do is when you touch in and out, for them, they can see the congested areas and they'll put prices up.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not stupid. It's business. TFL were a business.
TFL, Amazon, Netflix, the things we watch. You know, come on, you log on and they already tell you what likely you want to watch.
Let's put more black films on because of BLM. Yeah. We just want to show support. No, you don't. You've seen what people are doing. And you want to be part of that because you want to be part of that because you want the money. You want that. You want that £9 a month, don't you?
You're taking a piss, man. Like these people.
Remember, there's probably, let's be honest, there's billions of people sign up to Netflix all around the world.
Yeah, of course.
So they're earning immense money off people.
Of course.
So they're going to follow the demographics wherever they need to. And it's a bit like JD, Foot Locker, all these people. They just follow the same.
They're conning us. They're conning us.
Of course they are.
They're just I'm sorry, but the government and this system, you're all one big scam. You're all one big scam, and I think that you know we're waking up to you guys, and we're fighting you now because it's just not on. I'm sorry.
One thing I will say: there's a gentleman using the Magna Carta structure to get out of closing his shop, but you need to be careful because when you start talking with all these old laws, remember, sooner or later, these loopholes will get taken away. So you need to be smart with it. Don't keep on saying the same thing to the police and the councils because you should be allowed to earn your living for you and your family. That is a thing. But if people keep on being funny about it, the government will just change it. Remember, they're the ones that can just change it. So,
of course.
So it needs to be structured. Like, I find a lot of people find out a bit of information and then they'll go online and just regurgitate an attack.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
And when you do that...
And all you're doing...
is isolating the movement.
You're isolating
because you're putting it onto you.
And you're letting them know your next move. Like,
don't act like if they don't go too far, don't act like the MI5 won't. No, I swear down, if you start talking about the Queen a certain way, online, and it gets around, or you send her letters, triggers. You go. Yeah. There's certain words, you'll become a terrorist. Triggers. You're inside.
Because remember, our social media platforms, our WhatsApps, all of these things, they have control.
Encrypted. It's encrypted until they need it.
So these words will come up, or they'll start monitoring, and then it'll be like, they'll switch you on, and then they'll start watching you.
Did you know police can just go on, if police have reason to, they can go to any platform and ask for your tweets, anything. And Twitter and all that are not going to say no to government. If MI5 come up and say, we've got reason to believe that this person wants to hurt the royal family, bro, you're finished. Even if you was just saying it because you hate the royal family, you're finished. If you say too much about Boris, I hope he dies, if you've got a big platform of people, like I said, Keiko's still not on Insta. He's gone. Like he's gone. So just remember, Wiley, gone. If you start attacking structures and you've not got the people behind you, you need us as a mass, as the working class, to attack them all together. If you don't attack all together, you just become the crazy person on BBC News.
Yeah, and they'll just shut you down.
Like David Icke.
Yeah.
They slowly but surely, they'll bring out the worst of him. So even though he does make some nonsense things, he makes sense with the vaccine. If him, as an older gentleman, has gone out every day since lockdown, he says he don't wear masks.
He don't wear masks. He's never used
He's next to people and shakes hands.
He shake their hands, and nothing's happened. Yeah.
But that's him proving a point. But it doesn't mean you can't catch it. It doesn't mean it's not real. It just means maybe he just won't die from it.
Maybe
he could
he's
still
got
carry
a good
it.
immune system, and maybe because people have it, and
like
then people have it, and they get better, like a flu or like a
common cold.
Tonsillitis or
some people can carry a virus and give it to other people, but they're fine.
Yeah.
And then you see them ill the next week. You go, what's wrong with you? I don't know, man. I feel like crap. They're sneezing and that, but you're just there going, I had a little bit of an headache last week. And that's literally what this is. There's people having tests that are 80% right, by the way. Even, did you see the tweet by Elon Musk?
What's 80% right?
The test. It's not actually 100%. So it's like 80%.
Right, okay.
So you have to think, that's a lot of percentage left over to get wrong. So if it's not 100%, and then you've got people like Elon Musk, Tesla, Mr. Tesla, you've got people like him saying, found it weird that I had to take, was it like 6 tests, and some came back negative, some came back positive, so I'm going to do it with an independent source.
And the thing is, okay,
and he's an elite, really.
Yeah.
So is he playing the game? Well, or is he being real? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's real out there.
And then I know people that's travelled and, they've had to take vaccines before they travel within 72 hours. Yeah. And then when they've got to the destination country, they don't even check the paper. They still have to pay for another test.
Right, really?
Yeah.
No, see, it should. I've always thought
that's money there. That's money there. No, you've got to actually go and do another test
because of their country's regulations. It's nothing.
Yeah, but then what's the point of doing the test before you actually travel then?
I think that's just on our government side and a way for them to get money back for the furlough.
It's just money. It's just money. I think it's just money.
How can we get the furlough money back? Let's charge people £80 to go abroad. On top of their holiday money. On top of their holiday.
So they're doing vaccine before they leave. No, you don't have COVID. Then you travel for 6 hours or 7 hours. You get to the country.
Might have to do a test.
You show them the certificate and they say, no, it doesn't matter.
A swab up your arse or nose, wherever they want to stick it.
Do another test. You go on your holiday, you come back, you quarantine for 14 days or whatever. Wow. You do another test before you go back to work. It's just...
So what... Yeah, but if they're going to talk is in the tests. See, if you have the vaccine, they'll never test you again. Well, so they're not silly. It's as if they all sit in a room together and go,
let's make it difficult. Let's make it difficult. Let them get pissed off and say, do you know what? Let me
just give me it so I can just go abroad, please. Yeah. Or imagine them people that travel for work. So imagine down the line if we go abroad and do a podcast with someone else. Because we've had a few people from like Germany and America actually following us and have actually said they've liked our stuff. I forgot to tell you that yesterday.
Oh, really?
Actually. Yeah, they're actually, cool. Especially on YouTube. And what happens if we go out there to have a chat about our experiences to theirs? So all that would end up losing a fortune. I'd love to go to America. Just not redneck country, because you're mad at the minute, especially all that Trump stuff. I'm not going anywhere near Trump country. I'll end up hanging somewhere because I'll just tell them about themselves. Guy from UK, you. Oi, you're You disgrace.
Oh my God. Yeah, but you know what? Yeah,
It's a bit mad.
We've got to follow this because obviously it's something that is ongoing, and you know, and there's going to be developments all the time. So I think we just got to follow the story, and
I reckon after March. If
after
they're
Mar-
doing
yeah,
furlough up to
yeah,
March,
yeah,
doing furlough money up to March, and now they're talking about December. No, actually, it could be before.
it'll be March.
Think about it. If that roughneck, you know, roughneck, Resnick, whatever, I don't trust him at all.
Yeah.
When it comes to him saying about the eat out to help out again in December, so what happens if that's their thing to, oh, well, we're opening up all the shops, but if you want to go, you're going to have to, you know, if the vaccine's available, I think you should take it. Everyone should take it.
Do you think that would be as early as December?
They might. It's whatever they want. Because if they turn around, so they've done a month lockdown,
And I don't think people
lost money in the economy again, they're going to reopen it in December, but then after they get all that money piling in into shops, you know what they want to do?
I'm telling you now.
It's going to have another outbreak. They're silly. They know what they're doing.
I'm telling you now, the people who are going to be the ones that initially take that vaccine are going to be the people who are not leaving their houses.
Yeah.
The people that are going out to the restaurants and eating and sitting and drinking, those people are not interested in that vaccine right now.
The government will enjoy taking your money, but they don't care about your health.
They're not going to take it right now, honestly.
They're not going to take it, but imagine if you're told you can't go to a restaurant unless you've had a test or you've got the vaccine.
I don't
then
think
you're just Uber eating.
Yeah,
I don't think they damage the economy.
I don't think right now they could be saying to everyone that goes to the restaurant, show us proof of vaccine, show us proof of vaccine, they're not gonna, that's not gonna happen in December.
Imagine.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe there'll be an app on your phone or something that shows it's a green tick.
They already tried that. Yeah. Tracking, flipping, trace, more like scratch and sniff of shit, more like.
Track and trace.
Track and trace, my ass. What a waste of money. And then again, they're doing an investigation because they've done, there's no patent, yeah? You know when you do that with certain works, the Tories ain't doing that, they just give it out to all their friends, and have you noticed how Cummins is suddenly gone? Coming ain't now going. You know, he was coming out going, he's a devil, mate. He's the devil. If he's run off the ship,
personal.
If he's run off the ship from Boris, who's been feeding him his money and looking after him, trust me, something within there is going to come out, and they've got rid of him to get rid of that issue because they know that he'll speak. He's one of them little mice, you know, like you've got a group of friends. There's that one rat that you just don't invite out.
Yeah,
he's that rat. That will just talk about everything.
He'll just do whatever.
He's going to talk. He's definitely going to talk.
Whatever's benefits him.
6 months from now, he's going to go, well, what happened was, they asked me to set it up for him. It's just a big rat face coming out on the screen. Scum, mate. Another 6
months. And then it'll win a whole another set of fans.
I bet you, if we done a poll, who actually likes Dominic Cummings, mate, no one. There'll probably be 0% likes. 0. No one likes him. He's weird. You can't trust people like that. You know, if a mass majority say, no, trust me, there's something wrong with him. It's probably a paedophile.
Oh, Evan.
There's loads of them in there. That's why they're all disappeared. Have you not tax evaded?